If you're a new real estate agent, I want you to listen up to this video. The next 90 days, your first 90 days in real estate are going to decide whether you actually build a business or burn out. I am going to give you the exact plan that I wish I had, tell you what to do, when to do it, and how to do it like a CEO, not a hustler. I'm going to tell you what to do in your first 90 days of real estate, and this is the CEO edition. So grab a pen and a paper and let's get into it. My name is Chizette Cowan. I coach dual career new agents, seasoned agents, and help them build a business that they can scale and even sell. Today, I'm going to show you a 30-30-30 plan to get you through your first 90 days in real estate. This video is going to really encompass you learning about the business, executing a lead gen strategy, and then merging it with your seller system so that by the end, you'll know exactly what to do each week, how to measure it. We're going to get into what does your first 30 days in real estate need to look like. And I'm going to give you some coaching advice as well as just some business advice. The first 30 days in any business, you should be learning the business. I think that this is where a lot of agents go wrong, is that they come into the business without an understanding of the actual business, meaning there is a business behind your real estate license. Your real estate license, and I just released a course today that's called How to Start and Structure Your Real Estate Business. And it really walks you through how to set up the business, how to structure it so that you can eventually sell it. I believe that if agents come into the business understanding how to structure their real estate business, that they will work differently. If you haven't gotten that course, it is in my course library on my website. There's links going to be on everything, but this is something that you want to see. I created it because I know that people, in module 5 was my favorite, and that's how you get out of the business in 3 to 5 years. But I know that people, once they understand fundamentally the real estate business, they will do business differently. So the first 30 days, you should be learning about the business. Here's the things that you should be learning: how to set up your LLC and your money systems for your real estate business. That's getting an LLC, getting a business bank account, understanding that you cannot commingle your funds, creating a simple owner pay rhythm, whether it's a salary or an owner draw, so that you're paying yourself consistently so that you don't commingle your funds. This is so important. The next thing you're going to understand is the database, how to use a CRM and a database, because that is your infrastructure to your business. The first system that you're going to build in your business is going to be a lead generation system. You're going to start doing that in the first 30 days, but you have to understand how the database supports that. So as free bonus content in my class, How to Start and Structure Your Real Estate Business, I gave you my database course as well, because understanding how to use a database is going to help you execute everything in your business a lot better. You're going to start by, and this is in the first 30 days, importing every contact you have. You're going to tag them sphere, nurture, hot, met, not met. Then you're going to create 2 automations. You're going to create an 8x8 touch, which in my course, I give you sample 8x8 touches and I talk about that. And you're going to create a 33 touch. The 8x8 touch is for new contacts. That means you're going to map out 8 ways or 8 opportunities over 8 weeks. So every week for 8 weeks, you're going to reach out to new people. Once they come into your database, that 8-week sequence is going to be what you put them on. Once you make contact with them, now they're going to go into the 33 touch. In the same way you map out the 8x8, you're going to map out the 33 touches. In my course, I give you examples and samples. But why this is important is because you need to focus on lead generation. There is nothing else, and you're going to hear this from me a lot. There's nothing else that matters in your business more than lead generation, because lead generation is what brings in the money. Everything else is just smoke and mirrors. All of the things that you need to be doing for the first 30 days are understanding your resources, the business, and how to lead generate. The next thing is you want to learn models and math. There's 4 steps. I'll say them because I don't think I said them. Set up your entity and money systems. That's number 1. Number 2 is install your CRM and database as your infrastructure. Number 3 is learn models and math. That's the CEO mindset. And number 4 is shadow and script. So I was back at number 3. Learn the models and math. If you take my course, I have a Excel file and it brings you through the math. And in the course, I also teach you about the models. You have to understand lead generation. Lead generation, and I can't get into all of this in this video as far as breaking down the how to. I'm really just giving you the what. But lead generation is just information gathering. The database helps you continue to gather information to prepare them for conversion. But if you don't understand what a lead generation model is and how to use it for your business, you're going to talk to people and not recognize how to convert them into actual clients. So once you understand the math and the models, you understand that this is my income goal. I want to make $100,000 a year. Perfect. Now, if the average commission is $10,000, I need 10 closings. Now, if I use conversion rates, this is where math comes in. That's why I said learn the models and the math. If my conversion rate is 50% and I need 10 closings to make 100, that means I need to take 20 under contract. Now, if using the same 50% conversion rate, if I take 20 out of contract and 10 just fall out and I actually close 10, that means I need to take 40 at appointments. And I'm backdooring this thing. And then if I need 40 appointments, I have to figure out how many conversations are going to get me 40 appointments. I would convert that at 10%. So then that means I need to have 400 conversations. And I would really focus on that math, but my spreadsheet brings you through that math automatically. It's programmed, you know your numbers, and you know exactly how many people you need to talk to every day in order to meet your goals. Once you understand the models and the math, then you focus on the activity of the day. I need to talk to 15 people a day. There's nothing else that I need to do to work my real estate business. Doing videos, doing this, doing that is all great, but my goal is to have 15 conversations a day. You also at the same time want to make sure you're building your personal economic model so you understand your daily number of what you need as far as graphs, funnels, consults, etc. This is so important. And every agent, I got an agent that spent $3,000 on a website. I'm like, why'd you do that? The website ain't gonna make you no money. Who's gonna click on the website? Nobody even knows you're a real estate agent. I am 11 years in the business. I still use Keller Williams' generic website for my real estate business. Why? Because I'm talking to people. I understand my numbers. My website is not moving my business forward. But what happens with new agents is you don't know what to focus on. And sometimes even agents that have been in the business for a long time, you don't know what to focus on. So you just focus on everything. This is why coaching is important. Coaching helps you focus on things that actually move the needle forward. Everything does not move the needle forward. And I'm going to say this, and I'll probably do another video on this. It's interesting how when people come into coaching environments, they want to tell you how coaching works. How can you tell me how coaching works? You've never been in a coaching environment where real estate is concerned. What we do is we think that we know more than the people that have gone before us. You don't. I've been in real estate 11 years. I don't know everything about real estate, but I know more than somebody that's just getting started. The reason why I'm at Keller Williams is because Gary Keller has been in real estate for 40 plus years. He knows more than me. I listen to the information that he gives. Why? Because he is ahead of me. I'm learning from the path that he's setting out. The worst thing you can do is have somebody in your face that has the answer and refuse to listen to them because you think you already know the answer to an industry that you've never been in. This is why it's important for the last one, shadow and script. Shadow somebody in this business. How it's going to look is offer to help them. Offer to help them with the lead generation. Offer to help them while they're going to list appointments, just so you can become aware. And then learn scripts. That's the first 30 days. Learn scripts. Practice scripts and lead with emotional intelligence. Listen, label, guide. Make sure your scripts are memorized. Make sure that you understand how to pivot in them. That's your first 30 days. The reason why this is important is because all of this is foundational stuff. This is how you're going to build it. You have to be able to build a business. A business doesn't just come to you. All right, so now that we understood in the first 30 days, we're focusing on setting up the entity and money systems, installing the CRM and database as an infrastructure, learning the models and the math, getting a CEO mindset. My videos can really help you with that, the YouTube videos as well. And then shadow and scripts. So now, 31 through 60 days, you're strictly executing on a lead generation model. You have to have a lead generation plan or system in place, meaning I am going to get business from 1, 2, 3, no more than 4 places. Once you decide on those 4, I would suggest leaving 2 and starting with 2. You want to hammer down on those and only do those things. See, when you start hustling, trying to get business from anywhere, then you don't have a system, you don't have an SOP, so you'll never get great. Let me give you an example. I talk to a lot of people and they say, you're really good at scripts. Well, I should be. I've been doing cold calls for 11 years. I should be good because mastery comes from time on task over time. A lot of times people are not getting clients because you're not doing the right things long enough. Sometimes it's not that you're doing the wrong things. You could be doing the absolute right things, but you're not doing them long enough. This is where coaching comes in because I know this. I would tell you, do the same thing for at least 90 days. This is why I'm giving you a plan for your first 90 days in real estate. Once you start at day, and you should really start on the lead generation about day 25. Once you start in the lead generation model, it's all gas, no brakes. You don't move off of lead generation until you have more business than you know what to do with. And in doing that, consistently executing the same thing, the same strategy, you're going to learn how to make it better. For example, I used to call. Now, a lot of times I'll send text and I'll give a free advertisement in exchange for information. It's still the same outcome, but I'm using a different strategy. When you start to really be consistent in what you do, the strategy will take you to the next level. And this is why it is dangerous to do anything to get business. It is dangerous to just come into business and not have a strategy, not have a system. So you're going to pick 3 lanes and maintain them for 90 days. I can give you the lanes that I think are great for people just starting out. If you want it, these are the 3. Database and referrals. Database is your sphere of influence. Put those people in your sphere of influence and other agents for referrals. Build a community around those people. Contact them weekly. Map out how you want to contact them. Do you want to send everybody a monthly, remember the 33 touch, 1 newsletter every month, that's 12. A quarterly call, so you're calling them in March, June, September, and December. So that's 12 plus 4, that's 16. If you send them a birthday card and a Christmas card, that's 18. If you put them on some type of neighborhood nurture where they can see what their property value is and they're getting one of those a month, that's 30 right there, because 18 plus 12 is 30. So now the other 3 touches could be you sending them a TikTok, you sending them a funny meme, and that's 33 touches a year. See, when people go into your database, they should go on a touch system. Everybody in your database should be touched 33 times. But during your first 90 days, you're going to learn this. But guess what? A lot of you guys are at brokerages where they're not teaching you how to run a business. They're just telling you to do stuff. And then that's why you can never get out of hustle mode. As a CEO, the reason why I created How to Start and Structure Your Real Estate Business is because I wanted people from the foundation, from day one, to come in and understand this is a business, not a hustle. The hustle will get you started. The systems will take you to the next level. The systems will give birth to leverage, and the leverage is going to be what creates the wealth pattern for you. I'm telling you, that class is one of the best classes I have ever done. And it was all Holy Spirit inspired. But I'm telling you that if you don't run your business like this, you will get burnt out. If you don't run your business like this, you really just have a high paying job because the job stops when you stop. A business has the ability to outlast the owner, to outpace the owner. If you are not setting your business up correctly from the door, you're going to be behind in this game. And that's why I made it the price that I made it, because I understand that a lot of my stuff is big investments, because the stuff that I'm giving you, I'm telling you, nobody's not giving you this. Nobody is talking about real estate in this way. You have coaches in other industry talking about business in this way, but nobody is talking about the business of real estate the way I do. I am committed to this because I understand that when you go into business with an exit strategy, you create that business differently. So then you want to have a weekly standard. This is your 31 through 60 days. You're going to stick to 3 to 4 sources. You're going to put 2 in a parking lot, come back to it, give it all you got with 2. You're going to work through the kinks, work out the details, learn how to do it better, learn how to be more efficient, strategize on how to make it better. Then you're going to have a weekly standard, meaning these are the number of conversations that I'm going to have every day. These are the number of consults that I'm going to set every week. These are the number of touches that I'm going to do every day. You have to understand how to run each lane. So I literally wish I could give you like more. There's so much, but you want to focus on lead generation and lead follow-up for 31 to 60 days. And I don't care what anybody is telling you, lead generation and lead follow-up are the engine and oxygen to your business. Without leads, you have nobody to sell to. I don't care how good your website is. If you have no leads in your database, you don't have a business. You're not going to make any money. You're just going to have a pretty website that costs you money. So 31 through 60 days, you are doubling down on talking to people and building your database. That's it. But you really need to understand how lead generation works. And I may do something a little bit more in depth. If you guys want me to do something more in depth, it'll be a cost. It will be a cost. It'll be under $100 to really break down what you need to understand about lead generation, because that's another problem. People don't understand what lead generation is. Lead generation, the long and short of it, is the activity of gathering information. The reason why you're gathering information is because people don't buy houses because you're well scripted. They buy houses because something in their life is pushing them to buy it. They're divorcing, they've got a new job, they need to relocate, they made more money, they got married, they're upsizing, they're downsizing. There's something in their life that causes them to do that. When we lead generate, what we're doing is gathering information, asking the right questions so we can be aware of the timing of when these things might happen for them, and that we build a relationship to a degree that when those things happen for them, that they actually think of us. That's why you need a database. It's a repository for the information that you learn. This is where you're going to take all of the information. Such and such just got married. Every time somebody gets married, they're buying a house in a year, maybe max. Because now they got 2 incomes. Research shows this, statistics shows this. So now you want to know who in your database is dating seriously. Clock that T. How serious are you dating? Because I need to know if homeboy getting ready to pop that question, because if he do, that let me know. Okay, they got a year timeline. See, this is what a database strategy does. It's not just hustling. I don't just hustle. Everything that I do in my business, I promise you, is calculated to the T. All right, this video is getting long, so I got to stop. Let's go through. Yeah, oh, this is a lot of stuff I had in here. All right, so I can't do this. So 31 through 60 days, you want to start, I don't even know if I want to say this. You want to start building your lead generation system around sellers, because sellers require less work. You make more dollar per hour, and sellers, your name is in the yard. You should get a buyer from that. So you want to start to build your seller system. I've told you before, the 5 systems that you're going to need in your real estate business is a lead generation system. That is first. Seller system, customer care system, buyer system, and then a growth system. The seller system is an extension of the lead generation system. So for 61 through 90 days, you're still hammering and doubling down on lead generation, but you should have some ahas. You should be able to do things a little bit different now. And then now you should be prospecting mostly for sellers. That's what, like, I did expires and for sale by owners, because those are all sellers. So then now I'm starting to build a seller system that allows me to turn one piece of business into 4. This is a lot of information. When I took my notes from this, I don't know why I thought I was going to be able to get through this, but this really needs to be a class. And I probably will create a class for this and make it about $99. But I really want agents to understand how to win. I'm telling you, like, I was recording the last module for the class last night, and I was like, the reason why I care so much about how we show up in this industry is because this is one of the best industries ever to build wealth. You don't get rich from selling real estate. You get rich from the opportunities that selling real estate creates. All right. So this is a 90-day plan. Your first 30 days, learning the business, understanding and mapping out your lead generation system. 31 through 60 days, you're executing your lead generation system. 60 through 90 days, you are executing and perfecting and assessing and how to make better your lead generation system, and at the same time, building the beginning stages of your seller system. I'm going to be back with a lot more content. Listen, I'm going to be here with you guys. I'm doing the Q&A so I can answer questions. If I don't answer it on the comments section, I will be answering it in the video on Tuesday. So I will be here Tuesday at 6 o'clock. So I will see you then. My name is Chizette Cowan. I am the CEO of Real Estate, and I'm going to help you build a business that funds, not runs your life.